Good morning, guys. It is ridiculously early and feeling good. It's actually 8:30 in the morning. I've been up and about already doing video editing type stuff. Actually video filming and editing. Finally took a few minutes to unbox this gaming headset thing. Actually kind of an impressive headset. For 40 bucks I think it was. The microphone does not sound terrible. It's a little quiet, but it definitely sounds good. The audio in the headphones sounds good. It's got a volume control knob on the side. It's a cool design. If I were a cool hip kid, this is probably something I'd be looking at. But I also took a little time to shoot some of the B-roll from the Nexus 5X review. I think I've got everything filmed for that I need at this point. I just have to go ahead and put all that B-roll on top of the Nexus 5X review and I'll be ready to render. But actually I did all of that before having breakfast and before having caffeine, so I must have caffeine and warm something because it's super cold outside and I'm feeling it. Our windows need updating because energy efficiency and leaking. You may not be able to see that, but it has already started snowing again, just a little bit. Today's the day we're supposed to get somewhere between 10 and 14 inches of snow. I hope that don't happen. About 11:30 at this point, just hanging out with my little dude while Christina takes a shower and watching the snow continue to pour down. They did combine, they salted the roads very quickly, so that is keeping the majority of it off the roads, which is very, very nice. Although I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it. I may have to actually go out and scrape the driveway again and salt it again and all that. So that's loads of fun. But in better news, Nexus 5X video. I think the Nexus 5X review is actually done. Got it all imported, put into the proper places in the video. Pulled in a bunch of pictures in video. Well, I pulled in a few pictures in video. This is not a thorough depth camera of test or anything. I've done loads of camera stuff with the Nexus 5X anyway, but I think I've got it close enough that I can go ahead and render it and get it out there. That's sort of the goal with this, right? Food time, lunch time. He's decided it is nacho day. They have nachos and cheese at school on occasion, so he's having that. He'll probably have something else to follow it up. Normally it's like a granola bar or a cheese stick, or in a lot of cases, some sort of chips or something. And I'm having leftovers, because leftovers. It's a little while later, it's I don't know, 1:20 or so, and Christina has somehow developed a fever. I don't know what's going on. So she's taking some medicine, some Tylenol and ibuprofen to try to help deal with the fever. She's resting on the couch, so I'm taking care of Ellis. Duncan is playing some Star Wars. I would play with him. We played together last night for a little while. I would play with him right now. Oh no, he's so fussy, I gotta deal with him. He's better now. Aside from having a lot of sneezes. So we're gonna sit here and watch the snow fall and watch Duncan play some games, and I've got to decide if I need to go outside and blow some more snow if I want to do it while it is just absolutely downpouring. If you can see that, it is just still pouring down the snow. And they say that we're supposed to get like 10 to 14 inches today, so that is lovely. It's been an absolutely super lazy afternoon, as evidenced by Duncan still playing video games. Playing Rocket League now though. He played Lego Star Wars for a really long time. I held Ellis for a little while and then he got tired, so went in there and laid down, and he's eaten and he's slept and he's eaten and he's slept and so on and so forth ad infinity, ad nauseum, ad Latin stuff that I don't speak. But I've been in here getting some work done, playing around with the titles and transitions and stuff inside of Movie Studio. A couple of people commented on the news video that went up this morning about the intro that I put onto it, and I was playing around in Premiere Elements. They have some built-in titles and text stuff, and I just started playing around with it, turning off backgrounds, changing color, changing this, that, and the other. And actually, let me just show you, very quickly put this together. There was an existing one, was this thing right here. There we go, this is what it started out like. So you start it and it does that. Well, I changed it because I didn't like that. And now it looks like this. And that was super easy. It's got the colors that I like, it's got my name and my Twitter handle and my website. Very easy to customize, and that I think I could use at the beginning of a video as a, by the way, this is who I am, just in case you're curious kind of thing. And it's like 5 seconds of, it pops in, lets you know who I am, pops back out. Very, very nifty. And it's got a transparent overlay, so I could technically stick this in any of my other videos over top of myself. I like this, I like it a lot. And there's a huge amount of these that I can customize, so I may make some other intros and outro type things using these, because they're the tools that are included. You're supposed to do that. I may also look back at Sony Movie Studio to see if there's anything like that included. I think there are a few things, nowhere near the amount that came with Premiere Elements. And the snow continues to pour down. I'm probably, unfortunately, gonna have to go out and use the snow thrower again. And since Christina is not feeling amazing and it's lots of snow outside, so I'm not going out to pick anything up, we are gonna do frozen pizza stuff for dinner. Little Caesars pizza kits from Duncan's school fundraiser thing. Well, I ran out to the mailbox very quickly, and surprisingly enough, you can see the sidewalk here is almost clear. A lot of our driveway is actually kind of clear. It's only right in the middle right in this area, we've actually got 3 or 4 inches. You know, down at the bottom, it's not very deep. Up at the top, it's very little at all. The wind's blowing a lot of it away. Frozen pizzas. Actually, as frozen pizzas go, they're not horrible. Wow, the day has gotten away from me fast. It's already almost 7 p.m. I will say, uploading 4 videos in one day, 3 of them on my own channels, makes for an exhausting day. I've spent the grand majority of the day answering, reading, responding to comments, questions, emails, tweets, everything along that I can think of. And I actually just finished editing the vlog so far today. I'm only at 5 minutes, so I'm actually doing really well today at keeping it reasonably short. Although looking at that 5 minutes, there ain't a whole lot in there. And I probably forgot to mention it earlier, the Nexus 5X review actually did go up. It actually went live 3.5 hours ago. It went live at 3 p.m. So that means 2 videos on the main channel went up today. And that is just fine. Like I was saying yesterday, I've come to the realization that it really doesn't matter all that much when they go up, especially if they're more big ticket reviews like that. The Nexus 5X review has already hit 1,000 views. Wow. My Twill news video is at 600 from this morning, and it might, you know, before next week, it might grow to 1,500 or 2,000 views, and that's great. The Nexus 5X review, if all goes according to plan, should hit several thousand views, hopefully tens of thousands of views over the course of time. Why have I not been reviewing phones and tablets all this time? That's where the grand majority of views will come from. I'm never going to be, well, okay, I don't want to say never, but there's a huge likelihood that I'm not going to be hitting hundreds of thousands of views on reviews like this unless it's something that's completely obscure. And even then, obscure usually means not as many views. It needs to be something big, but something that not everybody has reviewed yet. But I'm trying to sort of do my best to stick to the idea that I mentioned earlier of something old, something new, back and forth, back and forth. So I have the Nexus 5X review up. Tomorrow, the video about the Raspberry Pi 2 RSS server thing is going to be going live. Sunday, the Hamswan gaming headset video thing is going live. I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, need to go ahead and take the Nexus 5X out of my pocket, pull all of the pictures and everything that I've got on it off of it, and switch back over to the OnePlus X, because that's going to be the next review that I do. Although again, there's a part of me that really wants to hold off on doing that until Marshmallow comes out, but I think what I'll do is I'll hold off on the OnePlus 2 and do that one when Marshmallow comes out. Because the OnePlus X, I think, is going to be a quick and simple review as well. For the price, not a bad phone. It's not that bad. It doesn't have NFC, but it's $250 phone. Biggest problem is it only has 16 gigs of storage. So I'll go ahead and work on that one. That should only take a couple of days because I've already used that phone for the better part of a month as well. And maybe the next big sort of review other than the OnePlus X will be the Huawei Watch and the Pebble Time, and I'll intermingle with those some of the other products that I've had that I've unboxed and not actually finished. And actually, as an update, if you happen to watch the Twill news video, in that video I mentioned that I haven't seen The Martian, but I went over to Google, and actually on Google I had one free rental. There was something to do with having a Chromecast, and because I had a Chromecast, there was an offer where you can get a free movie rental. I hadn't renewed it. I hadn't used it. So that was one of the ones that was eligible for the free rental, so I went for it. So over the next 29 days, I've got to find a couple of hours to watch The Martian. But now I can without having to pay $5, $6, $10, $15 to do so. And if I absolutely love it, I do have Google Play credit, so I can always pick it up. Or when my Amazon gift card comes in. That's the weird thing. Sorry, I'm switching topics now. It's January 22nd. Normally, Amazon gift cards, Amazon affiliate gift cards show up on about the 21st at the latest. So if it doesn't show up in the next couple of days or so, I'm probably gonna have to send Amazon an email and say, what's going on? I mean, it's not like I'm hurting or anything, but that's money that I actually earned. That's money that they are supposed to give to me. Maybe I'll get really lucky and maybe they'll do it direct deposit because I put in all the information very, very early. I've been checking my bank account though, and I haven't seen it pop up there either. But if they did happen to do it direct deposit, I would not complain in the slightest. There are definitely other places that I could spend that money than on Amazon. Although there's nothing wrong with doing it on Amazon. Christina handed Ellis off to me and I cannot get him to wake up. Oh, I see eyeballs, just barely. Oh, he's fighting it. It's a battle. Nope. I might have just woken him up just by turning the camera on. I find what I like to do to try to wake him up is I play the num num game, where we say num 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 until he wakes up. We pick on him. Just whatever pick on him we have to do. Num 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 num. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. He's starting to wake up, little by little. Nom nom nom. Where did Ellis go? I can't find him. All I see is his head and his hands. And he's angry head. He's angry because you took his whole body off. He's camouflaged. Can't find him. And he's angry because he doesn't want to wake up. But he needs to wake up. And if you couldn't guess, it is still just pouring down the snow. I will say it's absolutely beautiful. If we're feeling up to it tomorrow, and if it's not too hugely cold, I may have to bring Duncan out and build a snowman and maybe sled down the hill over there. That hill goes like straight down, but you have to be really careful because at the bottom you get into some brush and you get into just nastiness. But really nice out, really nice. Well, I managed to get the littlest man to wake up for a few minutes here. He needed a new diaper, and as a result, he is just wide awake. And at the end of that, obviously, he needed a bottle, and so he was freaking out about that. So made him a little bottle, 4-ounce bottle. For a long time there, when we were doing bottles, which was not often, we were doing 2-ounce bottles, and apparently that ain't nearly enough anymore. So he did 4 ounces, and he was about to ask for more, but I think he's pretty well satisfied at this point. You good? It's good. Also, I had to take just a few minutes and switch back over to the OnePlus X. I actually have not taken all the photos off of my phone yet. I don't think I have. I don't know, off the Nexus 5X. But I've been back on the OnePlus X for a little bit. Missing that camera on the Nexus 5X. I've been taking photos of Ellis all evening with the OnePlus X, and just, it's not the same thing. It's nowhere near the same. However, that 3 gigs of RAM in the OnePlus X, wow, that makes a difference. Well, looking outside, it appears the snow has actually given up for now. Well, I don't know how much of this that's flying around is actually snowing and how much of it's just blowing off the trees and roofs and everything, but still, it looks a whole lot better than it was. Everything is still completely covered in snow, but maybe not gonna get 10 inches like they said. And you know what? It is 11:25 at this point. Everybody else has gone to bed. I am absolutely exhausted because, as I said earlier, first thing this morning, I got up at like 7 o'clock this morning because I wanted to get to work. I wanted to get started. I wanted to start the day, and I feel like I've just not stopped at all. I'm finally sitting down now. I have over 10,000 steps. I spent the grand majority of the evening dealing with both boys because Christina has a fever or had a fever. I think it's finally down for the moment until the ibuprofen and Tylenol and everything wear off. So she's not feeling well. So I've been in kind of, the way I put it to Nick earlier was semi-single dad mode. Basically doing everything I absolutely can for both of the kids the entire evening. And it is more than a little bit challenging. Trying to put Duncan through the shower while holding on to Ellis and making sure he's not exploding everywhere. Helping Duncan go through his whole nighttime routine. And feeding Ellis and changing Ellis. And it's challenging enough when there are 2 parents. When one parent gets sick, it makes it incrementally more difficult. Especially when that parent is me. But the night is over. And actually it looks like with what I've got here, we're gonna have about 15 minutes worth of vlogs. So we're right at about where I wanted to be. As I said, it is about 11:30 and I am wiped out, so I may just go ahead and finish this up and head to bed. I may also take a little bit of time and work on more video stuff because I need to dig myself out of this hole. So many things left to do and so little time. I say that, it's not like I'm on a timer or a deadline or anything. I've just got companies that are constantly banging on the door saying, where's my video? But I'm getting them done. I'm super close now, actually. I've only got like 2 more things that really have people that are actively coming back to me asking where their videos are. After that, it's all sort of gravy and smooth sailing. There are a few other things that I really do need to dive in and tackle, things from quite a while back that I've just been holding off on. But now that I've got the OnePlus X back as my primary device, I can make that video in just a couple of days. The OnePlus 2, like I said, I'm probably going to hold off on doing that full review until I've had a chance to get Marshmallow running on it. Marshmallow has not been released for it yet, so that's the thing. So what I may do is after I do the OnePlus X, move to the Blue Life 1X, which is a decidedly mid-range phone, but I paid $100 for it, so if I could move to that as a full-time device, that could make for an excellent video. Honestly, I think, like I said, the Nexus 5X video is going to do very well. The OnePlus X video is probably going to do okay, but the Blue Life 1X, that's one of those that I don't think a lot of the people that are doing reviews on it have actually used it as their primary daily driver device for any longer than a day or 2. Of course, I haven't even seen full reviews of it. I think I saw one, and it was just a very high level, you know, here's this device, it's got very impressive specs for $100 for the next so many days. That's how I found it, that's why I bought it. But you know what, I'm going on and on again. Some of you guys mentioned you really like the blathering. I definitely appreciate that, and I definitely get where some of you are coming from talking about how during the blathering a lot of times I'll stumble onto really good deals and I'll share those with you. I'm not going to stop sharing deals with you, let me just put it that way. Things will probably just be a little bit more streamlined, and I'm okay with that. And by the way, apparently my little trick to remove things from your quick search bar didn't work properly. I don't know what went wrong with it, but for some reason, slickdeals.net / is still in my little list. So that trick was a bad one. Oh well. And actually, yeah, since we're talking about good deals, there's one that I stumbled upon on Slick Deals last night. It was a 1 terabyte SSD, and I think it was $289 over on Amazon. So if I can think of it, I'll make sure to put a link down in the video description if you guys are interested in a massive SSD, which is supposed to have just amazing performance. I think it's a Samsung Evo 850, which is very well reviewed. And Rocket League is available on Green Man Gaming for, it's available for PC for $11.20. After all the fun that Duncan and I have had playing Rocket League, if you do not have a copy of it, you probably ought to pick a copy of it up at some point. And you know what, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and round things up here for today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with me and my crazy homebound, snowbound family. And we will see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.